Alright, Chaos, I'm going to show you how to do this in GIMP. So, first off, just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to remove the layer that we created, and we're just going to make a whole new one. So I went new layer, doesn't matter what it's called, it's going to be transparency. I'm going to set the opacity down to about, half, somewhere near there, make it look nice. Now, I've actually sized up the map, and I pulled this from the game file, so it's a little blurry, but it's good enough. It does its job. So we know that our points are going to be here and here. I wrote mine down on a notepad document so I wouldn't lose them. You can just eyeball it if you want, either way. So I'm going to have my circle. I have it set to a fixed aspect ratio of 1:1. And we are going to, I like to have my toolbox on the other screen, so moving that other way. I'm just going to go ahead and just create a circle. We're going to use the little, you see when I move it around, there's a little plus sign there. I'm going to center it right there. We're just going to make it pretty big, and because we can adjust this later. And yeah, actually, wait, I'm doing this in the wrong order. I forgot. First thing I actually did was I used the measuring tool, which it's this one right here. And I went from that point to this point. And I have use info window set on the tools options. So we know that it's about 400, I got 400, a different number this time. But basically I took half of this and that angle. So half of we'll call it 468 is 234. So we're gonna go to 234 at 29.5 degrees. So, come on. 34 at 29 degrees. So that's the center point right there. And then what I did is, it's super, there's probably a better way of doing this, but I'm just holding my finger on my monitor right now so I don't lose it. And I'm taking my pencil with a very visible color, and I'm going to mark right there. Just a little temporary marking, we'll delete it later. Now that we have that marking, now we can create our our circle that goes to there. And now we are going to center it properly. And we can actually shrink it down a bit. And just make sure that it's all centered just right. This is just kind of the brute force way of doing it. There's probably a more proper way, but I am too tired to think about it right now. And just like that, we have the point in the right spot, and it's going straight through our other point here. So I'm going to select a good color. I'm just going to pick green again, like before. And by default, it's Control comma to fill your selection. So I use that, and then we're going to create another big circle over here. I'm just going to start it from being tangential. Let me zoom in some to make sure it's just right on there. Cool. And we're just going to drag it down from that. Oh, actually, that doesn't work right. I forgot. Anyway, it's fine. We're just going to kind of just get something started that's kind of looks close to the right. And then we are going to begin adjusting. All right, so we have the plus sign on the point, and we actually went a little too far. So I'm going to overshoot it like this and drag back. And we're going to put it back to where we belong. So we can just drag back some. And drag back some. And it's just kind of a little bit of a process. How close are we? We're pretty darn close. We can actually probably just stick it right. Just a little less, a little more, and the plus sign is about just right. All right, and once things are good, you can pick your second color. I'll just pick that blue I had again, Control comma. And so you have your two spheres. Once that's done, we're going to take the free select tool, looks like a little lasso, and I just stuck a point on either side, and then I began doing some dragging. So we want it to be tangential to both, so you can just look at the line in the middle to make sure. So I pulled it out that way, and ooh, too far. I'm kind of zooming a lot. Pull it out this way some. We're just going to keep alternating sides that we pull it on to try and get it nice and tangent, because by alternating sides you're going to be forcing the line closer to tangency. Okay, And how does that look there? That looks great. And so once we're past the border on both sides, I just go around. Oops, I went a bit low on this. I just go around on the lasso tool, connect to the other side, and select my color. And then I use the fill command to fill there. Then we deselect them all. And then you go back to free select. We zoom in, get that vertice by selecting the actual pixel, go all the way around, get, I'm kind of zoomed a little far in, that vertice by selecting the actual pixel, zoom out some, click the other dots, then we're going to switch to our other color, fill. I picked the wrong color, my bad. Fill. There you go. And just like that, we've done it again. And so this is the layer I just did. This is the layer we did before. Yep, they're identical. And yeah, and that's how you create these little heat maps. And when you want to save it, you can just go File, Export As, and yeah, that's how it's done.